So this video is about homework and feedback. Very important video, very important concept. During this 21 days intensive, we are going to develop the relaxed confidence within ourselves. And to be able to accomplish that, we need to agree to one rule. And that rule is, please do not comment on each other's work within that group. You might comment it later somewhere when you see, because we have Art Completes You group. But for this format, for Art Completes You course, we need to break one of the habits that we, unfortunately, most of us develop. And it is the desire to get an approval from the teacher. So we either, or from the higher authority, or our friends. So we either rebel, we say we don't care, whatever, or we really want to hear that we are doing great, we are doing the right thing. Please confirm that I'm doing the right thing. Both are not what we want as artists. We want to be able to look at our art and decide as best as we can at that moment, as our highest possibility, whether it is a correct way of doing, expressing the idea we wanted to express or not. Because what happens often, for example, me, okay, I absolutely love people. I also love what they do. I love their creative work. So I get very excited when I see a piece of art that students created, especially if they, like I see a breakthrough happening. I get so excited. So what happens is my students might also develop kind of dependency on my reactions. So if they see that I am like all bubbly and excited and saying, oh, wow, this is so awesome, and the colors are awesome, and the composition is awesome, and they enjoy it, of course. But if tomorrow I am in a different mood and I might be thinking something else, I might miss, right? Even the lack of the reaction will be considered a negative reaction. When you get used to, have you noticed, like if you have a friend who is really nice and sweet, and then you meet them one day and they are in their own thoughts. For some people, it might look like, oh, the person doesn't care. But the person at that time is in their own bubble, so to say. So we're going to boil a little bit. We're going to boil because we are not used to putting out our stuff and not getting any feedback, right? What's happening on Facebook in general? We put our photo out and then what? How many likes we got? And every like, you kind of feel excited, right? It's not the approval, but it is in a way exciting, attention, approval. So for this particular intensive, we are going to break that. So you are going to learn to share out of the space of expansion, enriching. not being dependent on getting the feedback, getting the reaction. It sounds a little bit counterintuitive because this is a class, but it's that kind of class. It's the class where you are going to be established in your own power. And for that, within these 21 days, you need to boil. And that is one of the ways to boil, so to say. You might ask, how about constructive criticism? Does it have any value? Absolutely. Any circles, professional circles, when, let's say, artists getting together, looking at each other's work and saying that, oh, well, you might want to do this and you might want to do that, and giving advice, it has its place, because it's like having I don't know, an extra pair of eyes. But for this month, and we will create definitely, and within Art Completes You, not course, but general group, we definitely can give each other feedback, and we can email each other and ask advice, how, for example, to progress for the future, and where to get the best classes, figure drawing classes, and are there any tips, stuff like that. It has value 100%. But for these 21 days, the rule is, please do not comment on each other's work. And the last thing I'm going to ask you, if you are posting but inside you really, really, really want to ask something about your work, I am here. So you can call me and ask, or text me, or just put in the comment section whatever you need to put, and ask a question. If I see that you are uncomfortable, you need to know, like, was it done correctly? Was it done correctly? That's usually the main question we're going to face this week. Am I doing it right? We're going to work and complete and reach the point that Julia Cameron in her The Artist's Way book described as us having the artistic license, the license of an artist that only we can give to ourselves. Only we. It's not the school from which we graduate. How many artists graduate from schools and never become professional artists? How many people who have never gone to the art school, however, are artists? Do you know examples like that? If you don't, just take a look. Go just Google non-professional artist successes. There are beautiful success stories like that. So, no feedback. No feedback of the kind, I love your work, oh wow, this is amazing, your composition is amazing, your colors are amazing. None of that. None of that. Please be brave. Have courage to go through this boiling period. Reach out to me. But let's do it. See you soon.